To all my movers, makers, and shakers who live out loud, stand strong, build empires, move mountains, push boundaries, and make memories, and refuse to take no for an answer, if this sounds like you, you came to the right place. Welcome to the WomanCEO podcast. Focus on wealth, confidence, empowerment, and ownership by paving the way for the next generation of women leaders. I am your host, Yasmine Belle, two-time CEO and founder, certified wealth and money mindset coach, licensed tax boss, and financial strategist, helping you live abundantly. In today's podcast, we are peeling the layers to mastering the art of receiving and allowing the flow of life. Are you in a situation finding it difficult to climb out of or feel overwhelmed with a slight burnout? Maybe facing a situation where you asked for a raise but got denied, or you want to change jobs but not sure which direction to take, or you're in a relationship where you wish you could snap those fingers and get out of? Well, you're not alone. Regardless of the problem at hand, you have a choice. Stay tuned as this podcast is for you as we peel the layers of mastering the art of receiving. If you're feeling stuck, then you may be swimming upstream. And what I mean by this is mastering the art of receiving is the key pillars of radical self-love. Because each day we might be challenged with a life curveball that heads directly in our direction. And that may not always be as beautiful rainbows and butterflies. Let's face it, do we wake up every day in the same mood? No, some are stellar days and others can be a roller coaster ride. So mastering our thoughts affects our mood. What we think, we become. Radical self-love is managing your mind. Your thoughts become things. We all know that what you seek is seeking you. We cannot change the world around us, but we can change the world in us and how we view it. The key fundamental tool to aligning our energy is to master our mood to serve and support us for our highest self, trusting that source energy is always working for our highest vibration. Having our heart chakra fully opened and being vulnerable while maintaining our power can be challenging and at times daunting. Having an open heart means we are in a space of love and abundance. We let life move through us and all around us. And it can be challenging for women to receive. As women, we're wired as natural givers. We give life, we give our love, we give our time, we give our energy, and the list goes on. We naturally put the needs of others before ourselves. And we have been told it is better to give than to receive. Yet in order to give, someone must also receive. If there's no receivers, then there's nobody to give to. Embodying the art of allowing is essential to our well-being because it brings happiness, creates abundance, and aligns us as what we deeply desire. It is time to align ourselves with harmony and inner peace. It's time to let go of the resistance, as nobody can keep swimming upstream. Eventually, you'll become depleted and exhausted, and it's time to embrace the flow of life and allow for source energy to feed our souls. I speak a lot of source energy in my podcast, and it's simply the beauty of life all around us. The flowers, the plants, the trees, the soil, the terrain, the mountains. This is source energy. We are co-creation and an extension of our environment, which is called source energy. I have found in the many years of working with my clients on inner self-love and self-worth, what comes up more than not is a dance with resistance. And what I mean by this is, I want this, but I feel this, ... Or I want that, but ... Or I deserve that, but I can't ... I call this split energy. If what we want we cannot feel, then we're not in alignment, and we're attracting more of what we feel, not actually what we want. So feel what you want so you can tune in to your highest vibration and attract what is meant for you, which is all about the laws of attraction, and I discussed this in depth in one of my previous podcasts. One thing we must establish is clarity of vision. And what is your end goal? Clarity of vision of your needs and wants is essential to paving the road to life's mission. What do you want? What do you really, really want? Remove the obstacles, remove the buts. Do not operate from split energy. Most often than not, we don't take time to ask these questions because our minds are so busy trying to figure out the how. How do you get there? Do not worry about the how. Let the journey dictate the how, and the universe will support us along the way with connecting to source energy. Listening to the whispers and the wisdom that comes on our paths are the subtle signs. When we start to feed our souls with the mastery of allowing and receiving and giving, we are also in turn releasing those hard internal blocks that kept us in the same anchored location. When resistance becomes present, gently become aware of it and say, "Hey girl, I know you're there, and I choose to be open to all the wealth and abundance that is meant for me. I am supported." Another way to change our mindset and create awareness is to ask yourself, is this resistance supporting me or keeping me small? Are we living a life with a palm up or a fist closed? What I mean by this, people who live with the palm open allow blessings and opportunities to come their way by allowing flow. Living with a fist closed, we may feel like we're playing it safe by protecting ourselves. However, we are also blocking these incredible blessings that are meant for us. When we play small, we're approaching it from our own personal experience, our own personal emotional attachments, and own personal conditions. And having an eagle eye view will allow us to see beyond our own limited views. I once struggled with this very thing myself and had to overcome it as it was not serving me. In fact, it was inflicting more doubt. I call it feeding the beast. When I mastered this skill, my whole outlook changed and the resistance faded away along with me really stepping into my power. Here's the practice test that I provide my clients to understand the level of resistance and receiving. When someone pays you a compliment, how are you receiving it? When someone gives you a gift, how are you receiving that? Or when you give a gift to someone, how are you receiving the thank you? Is your energy the same as giving and receiving? Have you experienced a situation where you've given a gift to someone and they say thank you, and you immediately reply with, "Oh, it's just a gift. It's just something small." I've done that. I'm so aware of it now. If this is relatable, let's shift our words, beliefs, and how we approach it. Let's start by, it's not just a gift, it's a gift, period. Remove the word just from our vocabulary. I thought of you when I saw this gift and I wanted you to have it. Own your power. Be intentional with life as it's gifting us with the gift of presence. So be fully awake for it. One of the most attractive, courageous, and bravest space a person can be and step into is knowing their power. Because when we embrace our power for good, we shine. And when we shine, we live in a space of open palm. And when we live with an open palm, we allow endless possibilities. We must be courageous to let the blessings and opportunities feed our soul for our highest good. We all deserve the blessings that are meant for us. So the art of receiving can show up in many areas of our lives. Some we may not even be aware of. How we do one thing, we do everything. Therefore, when we release tension in one area and allow good soul food, source energy blessings, it bleeds into other areas of our lives. In fact, I'm standing here before you in this podcast, writing about my own personal experience. You're listening to this as a personal wisdom message from my inner light to yours. I invite you to explore specific areas of your life by taking an audit. And what I mean by an audit, take a pen and paper, write in rows or in columns, and write these areas of your life: finance, relationships, family, friendship, money, career goals, travel, work-life balance, everything else that you can think of. Then next to each, write a number, scale 1 to 10, 10 being your most fulfilled. Then next to each of those numbers, write down where you would feel most fulfilled. Then try to bridge the gap. This practice is a spiritual compass starting point, guiding you to fulfillment. Remember, clarity is key, and not having a roadmap is like walking with your eyes closed, hoping we show up to our destination. When working on this exercise, pay attention to where some resistance might show up. And whenever possible, if you're faced with resistance, ask gently, is this situation keeping me small or helping me move towards my higher purpose? We must be able to dance with life by stretching our comfort zones, by which we live by to live a life of fulfillment. Question for you. What would happen if you played big? What would happen if we decided today that we're no longer playing small? What would happen if we decided today enough is enough and we want to seek bigger and better things? Step out of your comfort zone. Did we live differently than yesterday, or did we just hit replay and live the same day? What is a small shift today that you can make that will move you towards that fulfilled life? Who will you choose to be today? Palm open or palm closed? Notice if we're allowing things to come our way. Build an environment that supports and that is aligned with our vision is essential. Create an environment that tempts us less. How does that look like for you? And an environment doesn't always have to be a location. It could be inner habits as well. There are times when it is possible to get so focused on the outcome more than appreciating the journey that is present and allowing the opportunities to be sent all around. Are we allowing those opportunities to be received naturally, or do we always feel like we're struggling? We underestimate the power of source energy and how blessed we are to have this chance of this thing called life. The power of gratitude has a powerful energy support system attached to it, and we often take it for granted. Manage your mind and allow blessings, and when you receive the gift, repeat after me. I'm so grateful to receive this gift. Thank you for thinking of me. Receive it, claim it, declare it, ignite your CEO power. Women CEOs claim our power, and I know you can too. Push outside of yourself, forward, even if it feels foreign or uncomfortable. Be comfortable feeling uncomfortable. This is where the movers and the shakers are created. There's only one Oprah and there's only one you. Make your own path as it comes from allowing yourself and allowing things to happen. Take everything that comes your way as a gift with gratitude and be in your zone. Create your space and walk with your chin up and not with your eyes to the ground. I know who you are. I see you walking with your head down, hoping for magic to appear at your feet. Look up, you're missing out on life before your eyes. Times are tough. I get it. This is a world we live in. So how will you adapt and make the best of it? Women CEOs learn to pivot, adapt to change, and mold the situation for their highest good. Now ignite your inner CEO and honor your soul and allow endless and countless possibilities to enter by living with an open palm. Let go and surrender. Lay on the grass with your palms up and surrender to your highest self. To surrender and trust in ourselves and in the divine that we are being supported. Create a mind shift that allowing and receiving by repeating after me. Things are happening to me and for me. Things are happening to me and for me. Things are happening to me and for me. In terms of abundance and wealth, if we have a blockage in our life, it can amplify, causing a ripple effect in other areas that we may not even be aware of. So let go of resistance, control, and hold, and allow for abundance and wealth to enter your energy. Below are some final reminders to master the art of receiving and allowing. Number 1, find balance. Balance is giving and receiving. Test this hypothesis with a compliment. Number 2, practice affirmations. Making positive changes will always begin with releasing past stories. Emotional freedom technique is a powerful way to destroy the old stories that keep us fearful of saying no and not receiving. Number 3, law of motion and attraction. We are all energetic fields. What we feel, we create. What we create comes back to us. So claim it, declare it, done. Number 4, connect with our desires. Practice out loud, speaking into the mirror, to your voice notes, write it down to a pen and paper. Be specific as to what you want. Clarity will help you pave the way to success. We deserve to be supported, and I hope I have supported you in this podcast, and I would be grateful if you would like and subscribe to our channel to keep the flow going. If interested in a one-on-one coaching or latest news events, workshops, head to our website at www.womanceoinc.com. And remember, show up with intention and purpose and ignite the CEO in you. I see you soon. Bisous, bisous. Thank you for sticking with me towards the end as I have a quick announcement. We have a new podcast out called the Modern CFO Podcast, and my mission on this channel is to bring you financial information that will help you grow your business and hopefully trigger a few questions to make better business decisions. So please join me on the Modern CFO Podcast as we peel the layers on topics such as accounting, bookkeeping, finance, human resources, payroll, tax planning, tax strategies, cloud-based software, and so much more. Whether you want to start a business, have a business, or want general information to help you financially thrive, this channel, my dear, is for you. So we can be found on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, and many more channels. So I will see you there. Bisous, bisous.